Well, this has become a routine lately. Well, maybe you're curious. I know some of you are. I've gotten a few emails, a lot of emails actually, asking me how I'm doing. And I felt that I was gonna do a video. I'm gonna show you what we're doing. Blizzard. It's an inside day, that's for sure. Yeah. It's snowy outside and it's cold, and so we're all staying inside. So I thought that maybe, well, I do know that a lot of you are asking, how I'm doing and how am I doing in this whole quarantine, and I'm really curious at how you're doing more. I wasn't going to do a video on this. I was actually kind of avoiding the video of this whole virus thing, but then I thought about it that I might want to look back to see, what my life was, and since this is a vlog, this is part of my life, and this is what's going on in my life as well as everybody else's life. Everyone's all over the world. We're all kind of sharing the same thing, and it's something that I want to share to my part and have my kids remember too what this was like, because this has never happened in my lifetime. All the restaurants are closed here in the city. Grocery stores are open. Doctor's office and dentist's office have canceled. Like Madison had an appointment. Her appointment got canceled. People are working from home now. There's no traffic on the freeway. Kind of like that part of it. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone can relate to it. It's very different for me, as much. I'm sure it's very different for everyone. I'm sure it's different for you. And I want to check in with you too. I want to see what you guys are doing. I'm going to share what it is that I'm doing. And kind of curious what it is that you're doing. What do you do when you're quarantined in your home? Maybe you can share some ideas. Before we get started, I messed up on my last video for my sponsor, so I will play their video again here. It's like a 30-second video. It's really good. It's a light from Vont, V-O-N-T, not Z-O-N-T. So I spelt it wrong in my last video. So typical of me. Anyways, I just want to show the Vont. It's actually a really good thing because a lot of times we don't have flashlights anymore in our house. I don't know if you have a flashlight, but that's more of an old school kind of thing, is a little flashlight that everyone carries around. So these products are actually pretty good in these types of situations if the power ends up going out. So here's a little short clip from my sponsor, and V-O-N-T. Oh, I like this headlight. It's a pretty typical headlight. It's got the 7 toggle mode, the 45-degree tilt, and it's waterproof, which is ideal. But it was a pretty good headlight. I could see my way as I walked around the property. This is what I really liked. I really liked their lantern because I had spent like $100 on some lights for filming, and I put this thing up, and that did better than my $100 product. Now they sell their products in 2, so you get 2 headlights and 2 lanterns. Really reasonable pricing. You got to check it out. You can buy them directly from Amazon. Vont, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I am very used to this kind of living. As you know, I am well, some of you know, I work from home. So for me, this is really no different. I never considered myself like an introvert. I'm very good in a social environment. I like talking to people. I love hearing people's stories. But if I'm told to stay in the city or be isolated in the mountains by myself, I would choose being isolated in the mountains by myself. And there's a big part of me that really wishes my cabin was already built. Like, I think about that every day because I know I would be there. And I would just isolate me and my family up in the mountains. But I'm in the city right now. So I'm very used to this. The thing that's different for me, and the thing that affects me, and the thing that's stressing me is my friends. They are not used to being isolated inside their house, being alone. I've had a friend call me and start crying because she felt alone. Even though she was with her family, she felt alone. She felt trapped. She was only in her house for like 3 days. I work from home. There's times where I don't leave my house for 4 or 5 days. So this is no different for me. But I'm noticing with other people that go to work every day that it's really affecting them, and that stresses me because then they're calling me and they're really stressed, and I'm that type of person that I take people's energy, you know, and so I feel myself stressed, but I don't know why I'm stressed because I'm fine. You know, like I'm good. This is good. This is what I'm used to, you know. I mean, yeah, I'm not used to going to the grocery store and there's no food. Not used to that, but I had plenty of backpacking food, and I bought a bunch of that wild Zora stuff that I was telling you guys about. I bought a bunch of it, so I have plenty of food right now, and I'm good. Like I feel confident in my food load. It's just everybody else around me. And being that you're in the city and everyone is so stressed, and I have my kids with me, and this part you guys don't know, but the girl's daddy is sick, and he's got a cough and he has a sore throat. So I've had the kids for the last 2 weeks, which I love having them here, but he is part of my family, and I wish that he will feel better, but every day he says his throat really hurts. And that's just one of the signs. So like we have to be careful. And so the kids aren't seeing their dad. And I'm seeing that he's having a hard time with it. Because he's alone for 2 weeks in his house working from home. And, you know, he'll call us, or the other day, he's like, do you guys need anything? You know, because he's feeling fine. You know, he feels totally fine. He just has a sore throat and a cough. So we're just kind of keeping our distance from him. He's like, if you need anything, just let me know. I'll drop it off on the porch. And he's driving around is what he's doing. He's not getting out of his car or anything like that, so don't worry about that. But he's just driving around in circles, you know, just to, I don't know, just be outside or feel like he's got something to do. You know, people aren't used to being in their house all the time. So he ended up coming here. He wanted to drop something off for Rocky. It was like this little thing for his collar. And it wasn't something that we like needed or anything like that, but he's just like, I'm gonna drop this off. So he walked up on our porch, and, you know, we're talking to him through the window, you know, and that's just kind of what it is now. That's just the kind of life that we're living. And, you know, he's laughing. I mean, he looks fine. He looks, you know, he has a cough though. You know, he's coughing a lot. He doesn't have any shortness of breath or anything like that. So we think he doesn't have it. We're just being really cautious. Yeah. So the girls are with me 100% of the time. I love them. But when I usually have them, a lot of times I have them in the summer and while I'm working. So this is very similar to what it's like for summer for me, is having the kids in the house. But usually I have things planned because I'm a planner, and I have activities planned for them at least once a day. Well, I wasn't expecting them to be home, so I didn't really have anything planned for them. Madison does just fine with this stuff. Like she's just like her mom. I would say she is busy. You saw it. She was painting her room. She's she wants to like paint the whole house or so. I don't know what she's gonna do. But I bought her a gallon of paint and said, have fun, and so she's been painting her room and she's going to redesign her room. So she's all excited about that. I don't even see her. Kyla has a hard time. She has reached out to her friends, and her friends' parents are saying no, that she can't play, and she's reached out to 3 of them today. And I told her, I don't think she should go play with her friends either, and I know the parents are probably going to say no. I just wanted Kyla to understand that this is something where you actually just have to hang out with us, But watching mommy work is not fun, and that's not fun for Kyla, and she has to have projects all the time. So she's my one that I'm having to constantly keep busy. So the other day, I wanted Chipotle. In case you don't know what Chipotle is, it's a restaurant. It's more of like a takeout type restaurant anyways, but it sells burritos. It's like my favorite food. Anyway, so I ordered it online. I was just trying to help the people at the restaurants, too. Just trying to, if you can, help out your local restaurants and order takeout. So I ordered takeout. I told the girls that, and they can walk to a Chipotle, and so they walked over there. So that gave them something to do. And they walked over there, and then Kyla reached for the door, and at the Chipotle restaurant, reached for the door, and the lady, I don't know if she yelled at her or not, because I wasn't there, but Madison said she was not happy that Kyla touched the door. And I was just like, whoa. Because they're bringing your food out now, and so nobody touches any doors. And so now they had to wipe down the doors because Kyla touched the door. It's serious stuff. This is serious stuff that's going on right now. And, I have friends too that aren't taking it serious. They're really not. They were told that they need to work from home, and they said, I'm not going to work from home. I'm going into the office, and they're still going. And it's no matter what I say, they just can't handle being home. Like, it's a mental thing for them. It's really stressful for them. And I didn't see that would happen, that because I'm so used to isolation, I have trained myself for isolation. And yeah, I have my girls here with me, but I think even if they weren't here with me, I'd be like Madison. I'd just be painting the walls or something, It's really tough on people. So if you have a friend or anything that, has had this kind of change, I just want to remind you to reach out to them. Possibly do a little bit of FaceTime from your phone if you want. My girlfriend that's had a hard time and was crying, we're going to do FaceTime every now and then. She said talking to me made her feel better, and I told her to take her kids on a hike. And I've taken the kids on a hike. We've gone to a beautiful place that had a lot of snow on it. And then on another day, we went to the stable and we went horseback riding. My life is my style of life is built for isolation. There's nobody around, for me. And of course, the governor tells everyone to get on a hiking trail. And I was like, uh-oh. It is beautiful outside, even though it's stormy and blizzardy looking. It's really, really beautiful. And it's peaceful. I would say about 3 days ago, this is what I've noticed as a change. About 3 days ago, I took the kids on a walk. We ended up walking 4 to 5 miles, something like that, but just around our neighborhood. And I have never seen so many people outside, ever. And I have lived here since 2001, and I have never seen that many people outside. It was crazy. And nobody was like really upset or anything like that. Everyone was just kind of outside. I called them like zombies. Everyone was just kind of a zombie. Like, I don't know what we gotta do. I don't know what we're doing, and everyone's just kind of outside, but they're all social distancing themselves, and it was kind of a weird environment. But again, I've never seen so many people outside. And to me, I really liked it. I'm like, look at all these people that are outside. Look at all these families that are doing stuff together. Like today I saw a family building a snowman. And the other day I saw a family that was like playing soccer together, and another one that was teaching his son how to hit a ball with one of those plastic bats. Yeah, it was really cool to watch, all these families together. I would say use this time to be with your family and to bond with them. It's really cool. I'm always home, so I'm always here with my family, but these are people that usually go to work and kids that are usually at school, but now we're together as a unit in a family. One of the things I'm really proud of in my community is that like we created this little Facebook page, and it's called like We Care type page, and it's just for our community so we can help out the elderly. And I joined this community, and if somebody who's older or is not as healthy, for example, there was a request today, somebody needed someone to pick up the dog food for their dog. And so I have volunteered to pick up the dog food for the dog. Now, I volunteered as well as, not kidding you, like 15 other people. And so like people are really trying to help other people. And that makes me feel really good, because a lot of times I'm like, it's city, everyone's caring for themselves, but it's really not that way. Like I'm seeing it, like we're becoming a community right here in my little area. Everyone's asking, how can I help you? What can I do? And I'm really liking that. And not only that, as I've reached out to my community up in the mountains as well. And I was planning on being up there this weekend, but it turns out the weather might not be that good. But I said, hey, when I come from Denver and I come up there, if any of our seniors need help, please let me know and I'll pick up something, whether it be prescriptions or food or whatever it may be. I feel like I'm doing my part. I feel that I'm healthy, that I could go into a store and pick up some items for people. And yeah, I'll take all the precautions I can as well. But if you are healthy and you can help out the elderly, that would be really good. I was able to convince my mom finally not to travel up here to Colorado. She was going to come up here for her 75th birthday, which is that next weekend or the weekend after? Yeah, it's on the 5th of April. And she was going to come up here. We were going to have a big celebration and stuff. And I finally convinced her not to come up here, and I don't think she's too happy with that, but I think it's best for her. My mom doesn't have the best health right now, and she gets sick really easy, so I prefer for her to stay indoors. Now, it's really hard for me to convince my mom to do anything, but hopefully she's staying indoors. Mom, if you're watching this, stay inside. We want to keep you alive. I know it's stormy, but I think we should go outside. Just take a couple pictures of the snow. Part of me wants to go on a walk or a hike in the snow. I don't know if I can convince the kids anymore to do any more stuff. Madison has told me, is there ever gonna be a day in this isolation we can just stay home? Because we're driving to hiking trails, and we're driving to the stable, or we're walking around the neighborhood. I told them that every day they're going to go outside. We're going to do something every day. And Madison wants to do nothing. We're going to head on downstairs. Kyla, as I said, needs to be entertained. So let's go downstairs and see what Kyla's got planned for us.
Why is it hard on my own?
I love it. Okay, let's go downstairs and just see what Kyla has planned for us, because I know her. She's a busy girl, and she's always got something going on. Oh, guess he's coming. Can't be away from me. Okay. What do you got going on, Kyla? You pause it. Oh, look at this. What are we going to play?
Cards.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope to see you on my next video. Remember to keep washing your hands, social distancing, and find some creative things to do inside.
I wish to be something special in the end. I wish to be so much better in the end. I wish to be me.